Fog presses against my window, a thick veil muffling San Francisco's hum. I'm Emma Harper, 32. My desk lit by the laptop's glow heart, pounding as an email sears my eyes. Genetic test results. Charles Dalton is not your biological father. My breath catches the room tilting. All my life, Charles's coldness, his sharp critiques, was it, because he knew a text from my sister Lydia, pings crisp and demanding, Dad expects flawless at the reunion, Emma. Don't let him down. Fog swirls outside, a restless mirror to my shock. Each curl a question, why me, why hide it? In my purse, the printed test feels heavy. A secret I didn't seek but can't ignore. 2 years ago, I exposed a corporate espionage scandal at CyberPeak, saving the firm, but costing Charles's venture capital empire a key partnership. His fury was quiet, lethal. You undermined me, Emma. I thought that was why he distanced me, but now this truth cuts deeper. The family reunion's tomorrow, and I've spent a fortune on a Rolex, hoping its gleam might earn his nod, his pride. But this test changes everything. Will I face him, risk my family's fragile ties, or bury this truth? I'm not lost. I'm awake. Charles, Lydia. All of them, they think I'll bend. They're wrong. I'll uncover their secrets, no matter the cost. Comment your city below. If you've ever fought for someone's approval, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into my story. It might light your path to truth. The fog that cloaked my discovery last night, Charles Dalton is not your biological father, lingers in my mind, heavier than San Francisco's damp air. I'm Emma Harper, 32. Standing in my Mission District loft, the city's hum softened by morning mist beyond the window. The faint scent of eucalyptus and coffee fills the room, but my thoughts churn, stirred by the paternity test tucked in my purse, its truth reshaping a lifetime of Charles's cold distance. I'm a lead cybersecurity analyst at CyberPeak. My firewalls guarding billion-dollar data, my name respected in San Francisco's tech scene. Yet to Charles, my father, or so I believed, I'm a shadow, never measuring up. Tomorrow's family reunion, doubling as Father's Day, feels like a trial, and I've spent months saving for a Rolex. Its polished face, a quiet plea for his approval, a hope now fractured by this test. Growing up in Pacific Heights, our family was a polished veneer. Charles's venture capital empire, Grace's gentle grace, my sister Lydia's poise, my brother Caleb's ease. Behind closed doors, it was different. Charles, a titan of investments, prized control over connection, his voice sharp efforts. Nothing without results, Emma. Grace. My mother offered warmth in private, her smile soft, but under Charles's gaze, she faded, her words careful, her eyes anxious. Lydia, 3 years older, navigated his standards effortlessly. Her venture fund his pride, while Caleb, the youngest, charmed his way into Charles's firm, his lacrosse trophies Charles's own. I was the outlier, my coding trophies ignored, my A's met with shrugs. Why tech Emma Ventures build legacies? Charles scoffed. I pushed harder, graduated Stanford. Rejected his alma mater, a defiance he held against me. 2 years ago, I exposed a corporate espionage scandal at CyberPeak, saving the firm but tanking Charles's key partnership, costing his empire millions. His anger was quiet, cutting. You betrayed US, Emma. I thought that fueled his distance, but now I see it's deeper, rooted in my blood. Aunt Margaret Vance, Charles's sister, always stirred tension. Her praise for Lydia pointed her questions to me, veiled cybersecurity's so precarious, dear. The reunion's my last chance to bridge the gap or break it open. Zoe Quinn, my best friend, texts her words blunt. Why beg for his respect, Emma? You're a genius, I smile, but it's thin, my fingers brushing the test. The fog thickens outside, a soft urging confront Charles or stay silent. My resolve stirs quiet but firm. I'm not his daughter, and I'm ready to face the truth. Charles's cold dismissal, etched in my memory, from every past slight, weighs heavier than the fog that shrouds San Francisco. His voice echoing, "You betrayed US Emma." I'm Emma Harper, 32. Pacing my Mission District loft, the paternity test, Charles Dalton is not your biological father, a quiet storm in my purse. Its truth threatening to upend tomorrow's family reunion. The Rolex I bought, its polished face gleaming, was meant to bridge the gap between us, but now knowing I'm not his daughter, it feels like a hollow offering, a plea for a love he withheld my whole life. Today I'm piecing together my armor for the reunion, hoping to mask the questions swirling in my mind. Did Charles always know why this distance I drive through the city's mist-draped streets to Union Square fog, blurring the storefronts, searching for an outfit that says capable, not desperate, tailored, subtle, the kind Charles respects? In a boutique, I try a slate gray dress, its clean lines sharp in the mirror, but my eyes betray doubt. The clerk smiles. "You'll turn heads in this." I nod, but my thoughts drift to Charles's critiques, never satisfied. Back home, I call Zoe Quinn, my anchor, her voice cutting through my haze. "Emma, why keep chasing his approval? You're Cyberpeak's rock star." I hesitate, then confess the test's truth, my voice low. "He knew, Zoe. I'm not his." She pauses, then urges, "Then show him you don't need him." Her words spark resolve, but fear lingers. Midday, I head to Charles's Pacific Heights estate, fog veiling its marble facade grace at her art class. Leaving Charles alone for this moment, he opens the door, polished in a blazer, his eyes narrowing. "Emma, the reunion's tomorrow. Why now?" I swallow, heart steady, and offer the Rolex, its weight heavy in my hands. "For Father's Day, Dad, for you." His brow lifts a flicker of surprise, but his tone's cool. "Nice gesture, Emma. Costly, though." The words sting my hope, dimming. Aunt Margaret Vance Charles's cool dismissal of my Rolex. Don't expect fanfare, and Margaret's barbed hint about Lydia's gift linger like San Francisco's fog, clouding my resolve as I pull into the Dalton estate. I'm Emma Harper, 32. The paternity test, Charles Dalton is not your biological father. A quiet weight in my purse, its truth a whisper I'm not ready to voice. Yesterday's hope that the watch would earn Charles's respect dims, but I'm still drawn to the reunion, craving a connection. I've chased my whole life even as I question his love. The estate's marble facade glows through the mist, its garden lit with lanterns. A stage for Charles's curated family drama. I step out, my slate gray dress, crisp fog, dampening my skin, heart, steady but uneasy. Grace, my mother, opens the door, her embrace soft, her voice warm. "Emma, you're here. You look lovely." Her eyes flicker to the garden where Charles holds court. He's with the Warrens. Stay sharp. Her caution, a familiar anchor, grounds me. The foyer hums with relatives and Charles's business allies, their chatter mingling with the fog's quiet hush. Lydia Grant, my sister, sweeps in her smile. Polished her venture fund, Charles's pride. "Emma, you made it," she says, her tone bright but sharp. "Dad's raving about my new deal. Big win, right?" Her words cut Margaret Vance, nodding nearby. Her gaze sly. "Lydia's the family jewel, Emma. Charles is so proud." My throat tightens, but I manage a smile. "That's great, Lydia." I search for Caleb Morse, my brother, hoping for warmth, but he's charming Charles's investors. His ease a contrast to my tension. Then through the crowd, I spot the Rolex on Charles's wrist, glinting under the chandelier. My heart lifts, did he wear it for me? Until I overhear him voice smooth to a guest. Picked this Rolex myself. Fine taste, don't you think? My chest caves his erasure of my gift, a fresh wound. The test's truth pulsing louder. Zoe Quinn's words show him. You don't need him echo, urging me forward, but doubt creeps in. Can I face Charles Lydia Margaret? This polished charade and hold my ground. The fog thickens outside a soft veil as I move toward the garden, my resolve wavering but alive. I'm not his daughter, but I'm not unseen. I'm here and I'll find my voice step by step. Charles's claim to my Rolex, picked this myself, cuts like a quiet blade, its sting lingering as I sit at the Dalton dining room's polished mahogany table. San Francisco's fog, a soft shroud beyond the windows. I'm Emma Harper, 32. The paternity test, Charles Dalton is not your biological father. A steady pulse in my purse, its truth a shadow. I'm not yet ready to unveil. Lydia's polished boast and Margaret's sly praise at the reunion's welcome have deepened my unease, but I'm still here seeking a place in this family even as I question Charles's heart. The chandelier's glow bathes the room crystal glinting, but the air feels heavy, laced with expectation. I'm seated far from Charles, between a cousin's husband and a business ally. My slate gray dress a shield against their glances. Charles commands the table's head, his presence a quiet force, while Grace, my mother, sits opposite her, smile gentle, but strained, her eyes flickering to mine with worry. Lydia Grant, my sister, shines nearby, her laughter drawing Charles's nod, her venture fund his pride. Caleb Morse. My brother sits closer to Charles, his charm easing the tension, but his glance at me holds a hint of concern. The first-course herb-crusted salmon arrives, and Charles steers the talk to investments praising Lydia's latest fund. A Dalton's vision. He says, his voice warm, ignoring me. Aunt Margaret Vance leans in her tone, kind but pointed. Emma, that espionage scandal at Cyberpeak. Didn't it strain your father's partnerships? Costly, wasn't it? Her question, soft but sharp, draws eyes, my pulse quickening. The test's weight urges me to speak, but I keep my voice even. It protected Cyberpeak's integrity, Margaret. Worth the cost, Caleb chimes in. His tone light. Emma's firewalls are gold. Industry's buzzing. Charles tilts his head, his gaze cool. Tech's unreliable, Caleb. Ventures are legacy. The dismissal lands my work diminished, Lydia's smile, tight with triumph. The main course filet mignon arrives, but my appetite fades. Margaret presses her voice velvet. Lydia's funds so secure, Emma. Why such risks? My fingers brush the test, a spark of defiance rising. Should I reveal it, upend this charade? Grace's worried glance holds me back, her silent plea await. Charles raises his glass, toasting Lydia's future. His eyes bypassing me, a subtle cut. The fog presses closer, a quiet urging as I grip the purse, resolve stirring. I'm not his daughter, but I'm not nothing. This dinner's a test, and I'm finding my strength. Charles's quiet dismissal at dinner, Tech's unreliable, and Margaret's pointed jabs about my scandal echo like San Francisco's fog, seeping into my resolve as I slip from the dining room's glow. I'm Emma Harper, 32. The paternity test, Charles Dalton is not your biological father. A steady hum in my purse, its truth a question. I can't ignore, after Lydia's triumph, ban Charles's erasure of my worth. The reunion's tension weighs heavy, and I need a moment to breathe the fog beyond the windows, a soft veil urging clarity. I drift toward Charles's study, its oak door ajar, drawn by low voices, his and Aunt Margaret Vance's, their words sharp but hushed. I pause in the hallway's shadow heart, quickening the test's weight a pulse. Lydia's fund is our future, Charles says, voice firm. Emma's a complication. Her scandal cost me millions. My breath catches the cyber peak exposure, a wound he won't forgive. Margaret's reply is smooth, calculated. She's not yours, Charles. You've known since Grace's indiscretion. Secure Lydia's inheritance, she's the true Dalton. My knees weaken the test's truth, confirmed Charles's knowledge of my parentage, a decades-long secret, fueling his distance. Emma's unstable, he agrees, tone cold. No place in our legacy. The words carve deep my family, plotting my erasure. Margaret's manipulation, sharpening their intent. I press against the wall, anger rising when footsteps approach. Caleb Morse, my brother, steps into the dim hall, his eyes soft but knowing. You heard, he whispers. I nod, voice tight. They knew Caleb. He sighs, pulling me into the empty library nearby. I saw Mom's old letters. A man before Charles Nathan Wells. She never told me, but your smile, it's hers, not his. His revelation, gentle but heavy, shifts my anger to sorrow for Grace's hidden pain. Charles controlled her silence, Caleb adds. It hurt you most. My resolve hardens Zoe Quinn's text, flashing in my mind. You're worth more, Emma. Act. 2 years ago, I exposed CyberPeak's espionage to protect the firm, not to harm Charles, but he saw only betrayal. Now his secret, my parentage, is his betrayal, and I hold proof. The fog outside thickens, a quiet call, as I clutch the purse, deciding. I won't confront Charles publicly. Not yet, it's too raw, too public. But I need answers from him, from Grace. Caleb squeezes my hand. I'm with you, Emma. His support steadies me, a spark in the dark. I'm not his daughter, but I'm ready to seek the truth, one quiet step at a time. Caleb's quiet revelation in the library. Charles controlled her silence and the overheard truth in the study. Emma's not yours way, like San Francisco's fog, heavy, yet clarifying. I'm Emma Harper, 32, standing amid the Dalton estate's leather-bound books. The paternity test, Charles Dalton is not your biological father. A steady pulse in my purse, its truth no longer a shadow, but a beacon. Lydia's shine, Margaret's schemes. Charles's dismissal at dinner have built a wall I can't ignore, the fog outside a soft hum urging me to act. I need to confront this, not in the dining room's glare, but privately, where truth can breathe. Caleb leans against a shelf, his eyes steady. You're thinking of talking to him, aren't you? I nod, voice low. I need answers, Caleb, from Charles, from Mom. He sighs, his charm softened by concern. Mom's fragile, but she'll speak if you push gently. Charles, he's a wall, but you're tougher. His faith, rare and real, steadies me. My phone vibrates. Dr. Alan Brooks, my CyberPeak mentor. His message brief, your new firewalls, a breakthrough, Emma. Industry's watching. His praise, free of family strings, grounds me. 2 years ago, my espionage scandal exposure saved CyberPeak, but cost Charles's firm a partnership, a wound he turned into my fault. Now this test is his secret, and I'm done carrying his shame. I pace, fog tracing the window, my slate gray dress a quiet armor. Grace's worried glance at dinner flashes in my mind, her silence a cage I must unlock. I turn to Caleb, resolve firm. I'll talk to Mom first, then Charles, alone. He nods, a half smile breaking through. You've got this, Emma. Don't let them twist you. Zoe Quinn's words. You're worth more, echo a spark against the fog's weight. The test feels lighter, not a weapon, but a key. Opening a door to truth I've avoided too long. I could stay quiet, let Charles's control fester, but that's not me anymore. My whistle blowing at CyberPeak was for integrity, not betrayal, and this confrontation is for me, not his approval. Grace's past with Nathan Wells. Caleb's hint of her love softens my anger with curiosity. Who was she before Charles? The dining room's chatter drifts through the walls. Lydia's laughter sharp, Margaret's voice scheming. But I'm not returning yet. The fog outside thickens a quiet call to courage as I slip the test deeper into my purse, my path clear. I'm not Charles's daughter, but I'm ready to claim my story one truth at a time. Caleb's steady support. You've got this, Emma, and the test's quiet truth. Charles Dalton is not your biological father. Guide me through the fog-draped halls of the Dalton estate. San Francisco's mist, a soft veil beyond the windows. I'm Emma Harper, 32, my slate gray dress a quiet shield as I approach Charles's study, the paternity test in my purse, a key to unlock decades of silence. Lydia's polished triumph, Margaret's schemes, and Charles's cold dismissal at dinner have built to this moment a private reckoning where I'll face the man who shaped my life with absence. The dining room's chatter fades the fog's hush, amplifying my steady breaths. I knock, entering the study's warm glow-leather chairs and oak shelves heavy with Charles' legacy. He's at his desk, brandy in hand, his eyes narrowing as I close the door. Emma, what's this? Dinner's not over. His voice, smooth but edged, stirs old doubts, but Zoe Quinn's words, "You're worth more, anchor me." I sit, my voice calm, measured. We need to talk, Charles, about me, about why you've always pushed me away. He leans back, his gaze, cool, assessing. You're too sensitive, Emma. I've pushed you to be better. My heart tightens, but I press on. Pulling the test from my purse, its paper crisp under my fingers. This says you're not my father. Did you know the air shifts his brandy? Glass pausing mid-sip, his face a mask of control, but his eyes flicker guilt, perhaps. Where did you get that? He asks, voice low, deflecting. I hold his stare, unyielding. A genetic test. It's true, isn't it? You've known since I was born. Silence stretches fog, pressing against the window, a quiet witness. Charles sets the glass down, his voice tight. Grace made a mistake before we married. I took you as mine, gave you my name. What more do you want? His words meant to justify cut deep, revealing a man burdened by choice, not love. I wanted you, I say, voice cracking raw. Not your name, not your empire. I gave you a Rolex, my savings, hoping you'd see me. But you claimed it as yours, dismissed my work, my life. My CyberPeak scandal, saving the firm but costing his partnership, flashes in my mind a wound he twisted. You blamed me for your losses, but this was never about me. It was about her, wasn't it? Charles stands his control, fraying voice sharp. You were a reminder, Emma. Every day her mistake, not mine. I did my duty. The admission, cold and final, shatters my last hope. But it frees me too. I rise, voice steady, strong. Your duty wasn't love. I'm not your daughter, and I'm done chasing your shadow. I place the Rolex on his desk, its gleam a symbol of my surrender. Not to him, but to my own worth. Keep it. I don't need your approval anymore. His jaw tightens, a crack in his armor. You'll regret this, Emma. You're nothing without us. I meet his gaze, calm, unbowed. I'm everything I need to be. CyberPeak, my work, my truth. That's mine. I turn, leaving the test on the desk, a quiet claim of my story. Grace stands in the doorway, her face pale, eyes wet, having heard it all. Emma, she whispers, reaching out, but I shake my head, gentle but firm. We'll talk, Mom, but not now. I walk out, fog enveloping the estate, its chill a cleansing breath. The dining room's hum, Lydia's laughter, Margaret's schemes, they're distant, powerless. I pass Caleb in the hall, his nod a silent vow of support. I step into the night fog, wrapping me my car waiting. Charles's voice doesn't follow, his control broken. I'm not his daughter, but I'm whole my path. Clear my heart alight with truth. The study's heavy air, Charles's cold admission. You were a reminder fades behind me, replaced by San Francisco's fog. A soft veil lifting as I step into a new clarity. I'm Emma Harper, 32, sitting in a Mission District cafe. The paternity test. Charles Dalton is not your biological father, no longer a weight, but a truth I've claimed. Leaving Charles with the Rolex, walking past Grace's tearful gaze. I broke free from his control, but the reunion's fallout unfolds, reshaping my world. My phone hums with missed calls, Grace, Caleb, Lydia, Margaret, but I need space. The fog's gentle drift, a quiet guide. Grace's voicemail, raw and pleading, breaks through. Emma, let's talk. I owe you the truth. I meet her at a cafe. Her face, unguarded eyes, heavy with years of silence. Nathan Wells, she begins. Voice soft, was my love at Berkeley before Charles. I was pregnant when Charles offered marriage to shield me. He tried to love you, but... She pauses, tears falling. He saw Nathan in you, and it broke him. My heart aches, anger softened by her pain. Why didn't you tell me, Mom? I ask, voice steady but raw. I was afraid, she admits. I failed you, Emma. Her honesty, fragile but real, sparks a tentative bond, a promise to rebuild. At Cyberpeak, Dr. Alan Brooks, my mentor, greets me with a nod. Your firewall's setting standards, Emma. Industry's taking note. Work anchors me, my scandal exposure, 2 years ago. Costing Charles's firm a partnership, now a mark of courage, not betrayal. I reach out to Nathan Wells, my biological father, a San Jose engineer. His email is cautious, warm, I never knew. Can we meet? We do, in Golden Gate Park. His quiet smile mirroring mine, his voice thoughtful. You've got my curiosity, Emma. Let's take it slow. Our talk, unhurried, builds a bridge, not a claim, a connection, free of Charles's shadow. Caleb calls his support unwavering. You were right, Emma. I'm here. His texts grow frequent, our bond deepening, a contrast to Lydia's silence, her loyalty to Charles absolute. Margaret's voicemail threatens legal action over defamation. Her schemes hollow against my truth. Charles demands the Rolex's return, but I've sold it, the funds seeding my future, a mentorship program at Cyberpeak. Grace visits her strength, emerging her guilt easing as we talk, openly mending what silence broke. 9 months later, I'm thriving, Cyberpeak's lead innovator. My work lauded, my heart lighter. The fog lifts sunlight, breaking through, a symbol of my clarity. I'm not Charles's daughter, but I'm rooted, my chosen family. Grace, Caleb, Nathan, Zoe, my strength. The fog of that night in Charles's study, his cold truth, you were a reminder, dissolves into San Francisco's golden dusk, a city now clear to me. I'm Emma Harper, 33, standing on the stage of the San Francisco Tech Conference, a year after the paternity test. Charles Dalton is not your biological father, freed me from his shadow. The Rolex, my desperate bid for his approval, is gone. Its sale funding a mentorship program, my legacy, not his. The conference hall hums with innovators, their eyes fixed on me. My keynote, a quiet call to courage. The bay's breeze drifts through open windows, no longer a veil, but a gentle nudge echoing my peace. I hold the podium voice steady, warm cutting through the crowd's focus. Success isn't measured by titles or ties. It's found in claiming your truth, even when it costs you. They nod some scribbling as I share my path. Not Charles's rejection, Lydia's distance, or Margaret's schemes, but the strength I built from them. I faced those who couldn't see me, who tried to define my worth. but I found my own light, and it guides me still. My eyes meet young coders, their faces bright with possibility. Your doubts, your struggles, they're your map. Follow it. Applause rises, a soft wave, but my heart's calm-rooted. I step off stage, Caleb Morse, my brother waiting with a smile. You nailed it, Emma, he says, his arm around me. I nod, voice soft. We did. Caleb's loyalty, Grace's healing openness, Zoe Quinn's fierce belief, Nathan Wells's growing bond, they're my family chosen real. Outside, I walk by the Bay Bridge, its cables gleaming fog, a faint memory. I'm CyberPeak's director, my firewalls shaping tech's future, my mentorship program, lifting new voices. Lydia's silence, Charles's empty threats, Margaret's faded plots, their echoes powerless. Grace visits, often her warmth unshadowed by Charles's control. Nathan's calls, his quiet curiosity, weave a new thread free of past pain. I chose truth over resentment, growth over wounds. My heart's steady, not with anger but purpose. The bay's shimmer holds tomorrow's promise. I'm not Charles's daughter, but I'm everything I choose to be. Share your truth below. If you've found your path, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's rise together. The Bay Bridge's golden glow reflects on San Francisco's waters. The fog, a distant memory, its quiet retreat, a mirror to my own clarity. I'm Emma Harper, 33. Standing by the waterfront, the city's pulse steady with mine. The truth, Charles Dalton is not my biological father, a foundation, not a fracture. Charles's rejection, Lydia's distance, Margaret's schemes. They tried to define me, to dim my light with their control, their secrets. They failed. That journey, the Rolex I left behind, the test I faced, carved truths no boardroom could teach. I lean on the railing, the breeze soft carrying the salt of the bay. Trust your instincts. That unease, the quiet doubt, when Charles dismissed my gift, it was my truth speaking. Listen to it always, keep your evidence. The test my notes, every trace, they were my shield when silence tried to erase me. Hold your proof, it's your strength. Choose growth over bitterness. Charles's coldness, Lydia's silence. Margaret's plots, I could have clung to anger, but I built CyberPeak's future, mentored others. Resentment binds you, growth frees you. Surround yourself with truth. Caleb's loyalty, Grace's honesty, Zoe's fire, Nathan's curiosity. They're my roots, not blood but love. Choose those who see you, not those who demand your mask. Embrace your value. They pushed me away because I shone my firewalls, my courage. Too bright for their shadows. Never hide your light. I turn the city's horizon, a promise. You out there facing your own fog, a parent's doubt, a sibling's scorn, you are enough. Write your truth, share it with someone who lifts you and keep rising. My path taught me this honesty, even when it stings, builds more than lies can break. The bay's breeze carries me forward. I'm not a shadow, I'm a beacon. And you're stronger than you know. What's your truth? Claim it.